Hi, I want to show you this Airwerx 90X dehumidifier. I want to give you a tour of the unit, show you a little bit of the setup. It doesn't need much. And then I want to show you a real live test. And then finally, I'll do an unboxing so you can see what comes with everything when you first make this purchase. So this is an Energy Star dehumidifier. It can work up to 2,600 square feet and has two handles, so it is movable. And then it has feet on the bottom that are adjustable, so you can make sure it's always level. And it does have a water pump. That is a really big feature. It comes with this really long drain hose. It's 20 feet long, and I'll show you how to install that. But it can pump the water up almost 15 feet high. So pretty much you can put this wherever you want, because that drain hose with 20 feet, you're going to be able to find a spot where you can drain that water. And on this side, it comes with an option to put on an exhaust duct or connect a remote control down here. And on this side, it has a MERV 1 filter. And on the front here, you have a screen with all the controls that you're going to need to operate the unit. It's going to show you the relative humidity as it is right now. You can see it says 83%. And then there's up and down arrows so you can set the target relative humidity of what you want. It'll auto start and stop as needed. And then it also has the ability to pump all the water out of the reservoir. So while it's running, it's going to be pumping the water through the drain hose. But if you're going to move it, there's still a little bit in there. So you want to push that button and it'll pump it all out. So then you can move it with not having to carry any water around. And if you want it to run constantly, you just set this all the way down to the lowest, and you can see it says CO, which means it'll just run constantly. So pretty much the only thing you need to set up to start working with the 90X is to install the drain hose. And so it comes like this, and you want to get a 16 millimeter to take this nut off, or to loosen it, and then you can spin the rest off by hand. And then take the drain hose, you put this end on here, push that through, and then you're going to push this onto here, make sure it's secure all the way, and then you can push this back and tighten it. And hand tightening is fine. If you want to use pliers, you can do that. So that's tight on there, and that's not going to leak. And some other things you might want to set up with it: if you want to put a duct, you would hook that on there. This comes with it, and then you put your duct on there. Or if you have the remote control, you'd wire that in down here, and there are instructions in the manual on how to do that. Now I'd love to do a test, and let's see how long it takes for it to take this room, which is about 150 square feet, from 80% relative humidity down to 60% relative humidity. This one should shut off when I set it to 60, and we'll see what it is on the timer. So in order to set the target relative humidity, you just use these arrows. So let's set this down to 60, and then I'll turn it on, start the timer, and let's see how long it takes. While this test is running and I'm talking on my microphone, I just want to give you a sense of how loud this unit is. Personally, I think it's very quiet for how large of a dehumidifier this is. I'm like right next to it, and so I don't know how it sounds on your end, but I do think it's pretty quiet. Okay, the unit just shut off because it hit its 60% relative humidity. And it was just a little under 9 minutes or so for this room of about 150 square feet. And I realized I was pointing to the wrong number on here. This is the outdoor meter. You can see it's down to 63%. This is the one we should be looking at. So that matches this exactly. So because it's rainy outside, the unit just turned back on. But that gives you a sense of when the room relative humidity was 80%, taking it down to 60% in this room here. That took, between 8 and 9 minutes. So this is a pretty high volume unit. So I just turned it off. I've been using it. It's been working great. This thing is good for residential or commercial use. Residential, you could use it in a basement or a crawl space or an attic or any other place, or even a commercial space. And you can, with the ducting here, you can put that out. And then also with this 20-foot drain hose, you really can put this in many places. And I don't know if you can see it here, but it's full of water right now. And so it works really well. The pump works well to pump the water. I have it going over to a sink in a nearby bathroom. So that just pumps the water, and I'm in a downstairs space that's pretty humid. So this thing has been working great to just, pump all of the water, all the condensation through, so it goes down the drain to keep this space, at the target relative humidity. So hopefully this has been a helpful look at the Airwerx 90X.